Hi class, my name is Alan Rohio and I'm here to present to you a topic and what to do in case of a fire. We all know fires are very important in our lives, but also fires are destructive. They cause problems and one of the things they cause, they burn things. And in case a fire comes up, you need to know what to do or how to approach the incident. I have a few given things you can do in order to avoid fires. One of the thing is think fast and act with caution. When you first discover a fire, you need to know what to do. You need to think quickly. If it's a small fire, if you have a fire extinguisher, you need to pull it out. If it's a big fire, you need to know what to do. Don't just stand there and start crying or hide somewhere in the closet or try to call out for help. The next thing you need to do is sound the alarm. That's calling out for help. When a fire comes up, don't just stand there. Go either call 911 or even plus, well, calling 911, you need to shout for neighbors or friends or anybody who is around you so that they escape the fire. Don't just run away by yourself. That may cause injury to somebody else. You need to be mindful of other people in case of a fire. Uh, the third point is know your way out. Whenever you go into a building, don't go with your eyes closed. Always look around. Make sure you have an exit plan because you never know what happens. Or even in your house, you have to know which window is safe enough. If it's also a window you can jump, or even the door where it's at. Don't just think of when you go into a building, don't just walk in. Always make sure you know your environment and the area around. The next thing is quickly and safely uh, stay low. Quickly and safely stay low when you're trying to get out of the fire. Uh, when fire comes up, the smoke usually rises to the top when there is a fire. So the smart thing to do is always stay to the bottom. When you're looking down or you're close to the bottom, the fire will not get into your lungs because the smoke usually, most of the time, kills people. Because when the smoke gets into you, you start coughing and you start choking, you can't run. You end up just falling on the ground and suffocating, which in terms you lose your life, or you can't call out even for any help because you're choking. Then the next thing to do um, is also what you can get. What if The next thing to do is trying to crawl. If you are in a fire incident, don't try to run because you don't know what you can't see. Most of the time, the fire is blinding, or the smoke, there's too much smoke. So try to crawl down with your knees and try to get to a door or somewhere where you can be safe. Never try to crawl like would run into just run around the building. That may get you lost or may get you even into deeper fire. um, the other thing is, when in case you're running out of a fire and you catch on fire, never try to put it out by your hands or just continuing running. The smart thing to do is always to drop down and roll around, because when you do that, the fire lacks oxygen, and mostly when fire is burning, oxygen is what it requires so that it can burn even more. So when you fall down, drop down and roll, it stops the fire from spreading. But one thing I want to say is that the best thing is that you need to be careful around fires. Fires are very destructive. They're very good, but they're also very destructive. So one thing you should do is that protection is better than cure. So avoid playing around with fire, or just avoid incidents that may cause a fire. And in case of any incident that you may notice a fire or you may see a fire, do not fear. Just first of all, calm down, take into account the situation you're in. First of all, never scream, shout, or just run. Just calm down, take into account the situation, look around you, know where you are at. Then the next step is just try to let everybody around you know what you're doing, or there's a fire around. In case there's a fire, just try to alarm people so that you might get extra help to put it out. But if you can't put it out, just call 911 and don't try to be a hero and try to pull people out or anything. First thing first is your safety. Try to get somewhere where you're safe so that you can direct other people to get where there's safety. That's the main agenda of a fire. Don't try to be a hero. Just in most cases, try to identify if there's anybody else around and call them towards you. Where you're safe, you can call people towards you. because if you try to get people out, you can get stuck your own self. So most cases, fires are dangerous. Try your best to avoid any situation that you might find yourself in a fire. Try yourself to get yourself safe first before you call anything else or do anything else. Thank you.